What's up, YouTube? It's Vincent here, and yeah, I'm shooting in a new location on the floor of my room. Yeah, whatever. And before I start, I just want to say this is gonna be a very, very relaxed video. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and just enjoy it. Now, a couple things before I get into this. Sorry I have not done a video with just me in a very long time. All the videos I've been uploading are all band videos, and real quick, thank you to all who have been leaving feedback. I we really appreciate it. But me, I'm gonna just talk on behalf of me now. Not to make 2% of my bands really love when you guys comment, but I love getting feedback from my drumming, my band, everything. And the fact that I have not uploaded a video of just me, which is why most of you have subscribed, I'm assuming, in the first place, and I can upload like 12 band videos, and you guys still comment, you guys still rate and like, and I really appreciate that. So thank you very, very much. Second thing, I'm going to be doing a review with my friend Sam on the new Pearl Jam record. I know we're kind of late, but that's my fault. He listened to it way before I did, so I kind of feel like an asshole, but, whatever. So we're doing that. Oh, and sorry it's taking me so long to finish my Classic Sabbath, series. I don't know, I've been listening to a little bit of Black Sabbath. I never really get tired of Black Sabbath, but I'm not really in the mood to review, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath or Sabotage right now, but I'm gonna get to it, don't worry. And yeah. So this is gonna be, like I said, a really relaxed, short review, just to kind of get me back into the swing of reviewing. And today we're going to be talking about the Verve's debut EP, the Verve EP, that's what it's called. And the Verve, and real quick before I get deeper into this time of year is like one of my favorite times of year. It's like this sweet spot between like Halloween and like Christmas. But most notably, just the month of November. I really love November. And last year, that time of the year sort of marked like a reviewing streak for me. I love a lot of the reviews I did at that time, and it brings back a lot of good memories for me. And so hopefully we can do that again this year. So, yeah, funny enough, really funny enough, actually, I have off tomorrow. And this same tomorrow is going to mark the 1 year anniversary and when I say the 1 year anniversary, I don't mean because, oh my god, the 1 year, it's been 1 year since I reviewed the Verve's Storm in Heaven. And I really liked that review. The vibe was really cool, this big beam of light was coming in, it fit the music, it was cool. And, we're going to review another Verve, piece, recording, around the same time. So, the Verve have kind of become more of an important band to me. The Verve, one of those bands where I really liked Storm in Heaven, and I kind of thought this EP was it was good, whatever. But I never really got that into them. I really liked that album in particular, and that was kind of it. But, excuse me, around maybe like a month ago, yeah, it's gotta be even more than a month ago, I sat down and I listened to the last song on this EP, which is entitled Feel. And I hadn't really listened to it that much before, so I forgot how it went. I was just like, okay, I didn't have anything else to listen to. And it blew me the fuck away. This song is so beautiful and so gorgeous that the word feel is so, like, appropriate for it. Starts off with just a drum beat, really, really nice groove. I believe the drummer was using hot rods, which I also use. I'm not sure that's what it sounds like to me, but I could be totally wrong. Then this amazing, amazing melody comes in, and it's just this floating, layered kind of wave of just sound, and it's beautiful. The vocal melody comes, it's great, the lyrics are really cool, and I was just like, wow, I gotta listen to this EP again. And so I did. And it definitely hit me harder than it did the first time, and I've been wanting to review it for a little while now. So, the sound on this record is a bit different than on A Storm in Heaven. On A Storm in Heaven, I mentioned how the music was very spacey. Very, very spacey, very airy, and very light. This album is the same in a lot of ways, but to me, this record is a lot more earthy. It's a lot more grounded. It is still very spacey. It's still very psychedelic. Absolutely. But whereas Storm in Heaven was a very out there kind of cosmic psychedelia, this album is a bit more grounded, mental, and spiritual psychedelia, if you know what I mean by that. I'm sure a lot of you don't, just because I'm not the best at describing things, but if you listen to the record, you probably know what I'm talking about. So there's that. Just the atmosphere is different from A Storm in Heaven. And remember, this was released first, so. And I think the thing I like about this, too, is the songs range from, if you take a song like Endless Life, which is another one of my favorites on the record, the first half of it is just pretty much guitar feedback, or some noise, it's some guitar effect, with just vocals on top. So it literally just feels like you're just floating, and this kind of voice is like guiding you through the experience. It's awesome. And this kind of like, this, if you hear an echo, it's the guitar. Anyway, it's really hard to explain. The sound in the background is kind of just like this wash, this kind of ambient wash of guitar feedback, and it's so light and just beautiful, and it creates this kind of like color on which the vocals kind of sit atop, and it's really, really nice. It's very hard for me to explain, as you can tell, so just look up the song and enjoy it. She's a Superstar, which is a pretty funny title, and it's also a really cool song. It's a bit more groovy, and a bit has more of a hard bottom to it. Wait 1 second. Okay, unknown number. God, I hate when that happens in a review. Let me see what it was. It almost never happens, but it happened once in my first spirituality video, and it happened now. Just for a fucking unknown number, too. It's not even someone who I need to talk to. Anyway. Back into it. It has more of a hard bottom to it, and that is also the case with the intro song on the record, Gravity Grave. And Gravity Grave? Wait 1 second. God, this review is so unorganized, but you guys don't care. Let's see here, because I'm always self-conscious about forgetting any titles, and I know I never really do, but I'm always afraid to. Watch, I was right. Oh, of course I was right. Gravity Grave. And that's not when I say, of course I'm right, that's not to say that I'm always right, it's just I knew I was right. Gravity Grave. The song, in fact, let's maybe play a little bit in the background. This is Endless Life, the fourth track on the EP. And so Gravity Grave is a bit more groovy. In fact, it's probably the heaviest song on the album, and by heavy I just mean in the the actual weight of the song, I guess you can say. There's a bit more weighing it down. The drum beat's a bit more bottom heavy. The bass is really brought out as a great bass line. But it's still very dreamy and psychedelic in its nature. The production on the album's great. It is very clean, very crisp, because for this type of music, that is what you want. Certainly, it fits the music very well. You can hear the bass really well. The bass is brought out real well. The vocals always have some sort of cool effect on them. They're very reverb-laden, echoey, very, very appropriate for the music that it is supporting. I also like the drums on this record. Very, very nice, very solid. The drummer, who I'm sorry, I don't know his name, doesn't really try to do anything fancy, but what he does is very impressive. His fills are very nice, like on the song Feel and Gravity Grave, and it's great. And the one song I didn't mention, which is weird because it's one of my favorites, is I know I'm gonna get it right. A Man Called Sun. There we go. A Man Called Sun is amazing. A Man Called Sun is a really, really, really vibrant song, and the reason I love it so much is because it has this atmosphere to it that's so what's the word? I don't want to say spacey, but very deep, I guess you could say, if you want to use that term. It's very texturally deep. There's a lot going on. You have this chime kind of sound that's going on, this kind of like almost like a wind chime sort of, which I actually bought and I'm gonna put it on my drum set, which is gonna be cool. So you have that. And then you have really, really cool lyrics, which I interpret them in my own way, but they're very beautiful. And they're very, very visual. You know, it kind of paints an image in your head, and that's just what a song should do. You know, especially of this nature. Really, 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 really awesome, atmospheric, beautiful, gorgeous song. So overall. And the flow of this record's fantastic. Each song has a nice kind of flow into the next one. It never feels like one song should have been placed before. Plus, it only has 5 songs, so there's really no room for the flow to really be that effed up, just because it's so short. So yeah, man, if you're looking for just a nice, spacey, psychedelic, warm, kind of euphoric-based record, I would totally check this out. It's beautiful, it's just short enough, but it's just long enough to get like a nice fix, like 30 minutes of just bliss, you know. Every song is a winner. There's not one bad song on the album. They're all beautiful, they're all great, and I would highly, highly, highly recommend it. So, I don't want to end this video, to be totally honest. I kind of want to improvise. Do something else. Could do another review. I could just do a vlog, but I don't really know what to talk about. Huh. You know what? I think I'm going to do another review, actually. I've never done this. This just smells like Vin first. 2, reviews in 1. It's a lucky day. Okay, what's an album I've been wanting to review for a while? Let's see here. I'm trying to pick something that's completely different from everything else I've been reviewing. Oh, the Verve album. Wow, this is a fucked up video. see here. Give me a minute. I'm trying to think of something that's short for me to talk about and just easy for me to talk about. Let's see here. Take a listen to this. Beautiful. That's Feel off the album we just talked about. Fuck, man. What else we got here? Yeah. Wow. I'm like failing you guys right now. It's my fault. I didn't think about what I'm going to review before. I just decided we're going to do 2 albums. What the fuck? Okay, sure, why not? I've been trying to review this album for a while. Hawkwind, Space Ritual. So, wow. This video is going to be long. Let's go. So, Hawkwind are quickly becoming, or kind of already are, one of my favorite bands. They're a phenomenal space rock band that had their peak in the 70s, and I already reviewed one of their records entitled Roy on the Edge of Time. But I think this band's opus, the record that makes this band so awesome to me, is Space Ritual. And Space Ritual is a live album that is unparalleled. Now, what do I mean by that? I've never heard a live album like this. There are some fantastic live records, let me tell you. Live After Death by Iron Maiden. A plethora of blues live albums. How the West Was Won by Zeppelin. Live at Last and All Past Lives by Black Sabbath. Made in Japan by Deep Purple. You know, just so many live. The Muddy Banks of the Wish Car by Nirvana. Tons of great live albums. But this live album is an album that I would recommend listening to over the band's studio stuff. Now, that's not to say that I don't like the band's studio records. Because I love the band's studio records. But this album just really, it blew me away, man. I remember I was into Roy on the Edge of Time, and I was like, what to get next? Okay, well, Space Ritual, because I really got Roy on the Edge of Time on a whim. I just kind of picked it out of any other album I could have picked, and I ended up really liking it on my surprise. So, this record, I got it, and I didn't really like it. I thought the songs were too long, which is blasphemy, because that was a little while ago, and, you know, you guys know me by now. I love jamming. The fucking band I'm in does that. Love improv and just big, long jam fests, especially for space rock and shit like that. So, I don't know why I felt that way at the time, but I didn't really like it that much. I couldn't even get, like, 15 minutes into it. I was just like, man, you know. And one night I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. I gotta check this album out one more time. So, I turned all the lights off. I went into my bed and I kind of just sat and I put on the record, and I was mind-fucked. I was flabbergasted beyond belief. This record blew me the fuck away. And I'm just in my bed like, holy shit. And the reason this album is so great, there's more than just one. But the main first thing is Hawkwind is a live band. Okay, they're great in the studio. This band is a live band if there ever was one. They're just such a mind-blowing band. And the thing about it is, there's this, they mix this space-like psychedelic ambience with this kind of punky, early heavy metal, hard rock explosion, and it makes this sweet, awesome sound that is just purely Hawkwind, you know. And the thing that's so cool about it is how well they mixed the two. I mean, if you take this song, which is Ballin' to Go, sorry if you guys can't hear it that great. The song Ballin' to Go, which is just constant cut time before thrash was even invented, okay? It's so fast and frantic, yet it has this really psychedelic, spacey, obviously, texture to it. And for the big astronomy nerd like myself, and I'm into space and the cosmos, what better band is there than Hawkwind? Come on. And so, yeah, you know, there's just so much going on in this record. There really, really is. The textures, you know, you have all these electronics, okay, all these interesting cosmic space kind of sound effects that add so much texture to the album. It adds so much depth and color to this album that it blows your mind because you can't believe what you're hearing. But that's juxtaposed against these really hard, thick, fuzzy, heavy riffs. But at the same time, those same riffs are being kind of supplemented and complemented by these really trippy wah-wah riffs. The bass, Lemmy, from Motorhead, who I haven't reviewed Motorhead yet, but I plan on it. Great bassist, fantastic, even though the first time he even played bass was with Hawkwind, he had no idea what he was doing, and they were like, just go on stage and just hit the E string. Turned out he was an awesome bassist, obviously not right from the start, but he became one. He played it like a guitar. And that just helps this band and Motorhead immensely, so respect to Lemmy. And really, it's just great. You can always hear the bass, and it's a big part of the sound. Another thing about this record I love is just the pure atmosphere. This record never stops, and when I say that, I mean the whole album is just kind of like one journey through space. Each song never ends and just stops. You never hear clapping because they never stop. It'll be like, okay, this song kind of fades out. Spacey effects, cymbal taps, riff to the next song starts, into the next song. Okay, this song ends. Another riff starts, into the next song. This song doesn't really stop, but just kind of segues into another song. And it's awesome. The vocals are great. They really add a lot to the experience. The lyrics are cool. And another thing is, there's a poet who actually recites poems on this record. And his name is... I'll put it in an annotation or in the description or whatever. But they're cheesy, yeah, but they really fit the atmosphere of the record, and they help kind of glue the album together, and it really kind of gets you into this whole world that the band is creating through their space-induced music. The flow is great. Each song is different, but similar enough to make it one cohesive experience. The jams are great. They go so deep and just pull so much out of you, you know, and it really, really just blows your mind, man. It really does. There's really not that much to say about it. It's just an amazing live record. It's just one of those albums you have to hear to believe, so to speak. And I fucking love it. Easily Hawkwind's best record for me. Again, In Search of Space, Dora May, False Solatito, Boy on the Edge of Time, you know, Mountain Grill, all those albums, they're all great. But this, in my opinion, is the definitive Hawkwind experience. If you're gonna get into this band, might be a bit to chew, but I would recommend this, and then move on to some of the studio records, which is a strange recommendation, but the sound is just so good that that is the recommendation I'm gonna make. So, thank you for watching my 2-in-1 extravaganza that completely happened on accident. I have a lot more discographies coming up. I'm gonna keep those a surprise. And thanks for being such badass motherfuckers. Vulgarity to end this video. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.